Professor Stiglitz, the civil society of Latin America have been following this summit very closely. Why do you think that this summit is important for the Latin American population?
Tax policy is really important because tax policy shapes society and is a reflection of society. The way tax laws are structured, if they're not progressive, that is, don't have higher taxation on the rich and, than on the poor, they lead to more inequality. A subject particularly important in Latin America because there's already so much inequality. If they don't tax an inheritance, they allow for the creation of an inherited plutocracy, which is, I think, very bad for a well-functioning society. On the other hand, if they're very progressive, they can create a more equal society. But it's more than that. Every aspect of society, tax structure can affect the extent to which women participate in the labor force. It can affect the extent to which there is what we call rent-seeking activities, unproductive activities that are really one person trying to take money away from another. The design of a tax system really shapes a society and affects the scope for development. Right now, one of the big problems in our world is climate change, and there are a host of other environmental issues. By imposing taxes on those engaged in pollution of any kind, you discourage pollution. So you can use taxes to really discourage bad things. Another example, a lot of resources get wasted in unproductive financial transactions. So there's been a lot of agitation to have a financial transactions tax that would discourage these kinds of speculative activities, help stabilize the economy, and induce resources to move into more productive activities. The level of taxation is obviously very important for generating the revenue that is needed for the investments that are needed for sustainable development. So another characteristic of Latin America is its tax ratio as a percentage of GDP is markedly lower than in OECD countries. And that means it can't make as much investment in infrastructure, technology, education. And that means the gap between Latin America and the advanced countries will probably not narrow, it actually could widen. Right now, Latin America's per capita income is about 1/7 that of the advanced countries. Could get worse. And ironically, used to be Latin America was far richer than China. Now China is only 1/5 that of the United States. So it surpassed Latin America. And that's partly because they were investing so much when Latin America was not.
The conservative media in the region it's claiming that if the region increased taxes on multinational, we are going to lose their capital. How would you respond to that?
I think they're wrong. Mm-hmm. And in so many ways, what you really worry about is not losing their capital. Global financial capital markets will go where the returns are highest. And the corporate profits tax is not a tax on capital. It's a tax on pure profits. Of course, the corporations would like to walk away with more money. I understand that. I don't vilify that. That's human nature. But, of course, Latin America needs more money. And is it better to tax poor people or to tax Google and Apple who are making so much money from selling their goods in Latin America. It seems to me this is a no-brainer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.